Hey, this is Brandon Lehman with SCGUS Development here for our February 2022 retail market update. One of the biggest takeaways that we've noticed from this month is the inflationary pressures that we're having on a lot of our development projects and for our clients as well. This is something we started to notice happening in Q4 of 2021, and it's continuing to put pressure on construction pricing and overall development pricing as we move into Q1 in February now, 2022. We've noticed increasing general construction costs, looking anywhere from 5 to even up to 20% on some of our smaller projects. We noticed kind of Q4 of 2021 where general contractors just kind of drew a line in the sand and said, hey, that's enough, we're not going to absorb these costs anymore, started upping their bid prices, and we're definitely seeing that. I'm sure a lot of you are seeing this at the pump for gasoline, your food prices, even the gallon of milk has gone up. This is just something that we're seeing across the board right now. It's definitely putting some upward pressure on the pricing of our development projects. Great question. Really, the size of the project is where the range is coming from. Nationwide, we see about 5 to 7%, but those are large projects that you're getting data from. Government projects, $100 million kind of office buildings. Our projects falling into the $500,000 to $5 million range. That's where we've seen changes in construction costs, upwards of about 10 to 15, up to 20% when you get under the $500,000 range. Absolutely. I do think that there's a lot of pent-up demand for going out to restaurant, retail, entertainment in general. We've seen that quite a volume pickup. The pipeline is extremely large right now with people just optimistic about the future, trying to make up for lost time, launch new locations, because the current locations of the restaurant, the retail store are doing very well. They're backed up. They need more space. They're expanding. So we've absolutely seen a lot of pent-up demand really increasing the spend and the future expansion of the concepts that we're working with. It's a good question. I think you see pricing increases everywhere in your life at this point. Unfortunately, I think you just kind of have to accept it. I think there's a lot of this pent-up demand that people just want to get outside, want to be entertained, go have an experience. So they're kind of looking past this. I guess the future months will tell us if the cost increases are too much for people to handle, but for now, we don't see it really affecting current sales at some of the restaurants. We don't deal with the operational side of those things, but we can tell by them moving forward and expanding and wanting to expand, the business is good. And that new locations are being sought after. Absolutely. There's been some headwinds on the financing side of things, especially dealing with the SBA type of process. Even loans to buy buildings, commercial real estate loans, pricing's increased. Interest rates are low in this type of environment, so you've got a little bit more purchasing power because of that. We've definitely had to go back to the banks, especially projects that we've been working on for a long time, going through design, making a lot of these decisions, or we come out, we put the bids together and got all the bids back from Q4 of 2021, and we saw a pretty substantial increase. So we've had to go back to the banks, and ask for more money, do kind of a reborrow. Interest rates, we haven't seen a big change yet, but we do hear a lot of headwinds coming from the feds with increasing rates this year. So that's definitely being taken into consideration. People trying to get locked into these loans to kind of get locked in a fixed rate to kind of move forward on some of their projects. So we have a policy here. We guarantee no change orders, meaning we've accounted for everything up front. It's all in the budget. We've thought about all the unforeseens. We've vetted them all out. And we guarantee no change order unless owner wants to make a decision or we get shut down because of a pandemic or something that we can't control. However, no, we have not experienced any of those change orders. A lot of this stuff we noticed going in that we knew pricing was increases. So before we started the project, we made sure that everything was in line, budgets were all accounted for, so that the bank was aware of what we were doing. If costs did increase, but if anything increased on that side, we would take that on as our fault for missing something like that. Thank you for joining us for our Retail Market Minute update for February 2022. Any other questions about financing, You're worried about the interest rates increasing coming up here. You're worried about inflationary pressures. Let's make intelligent decisions on the design side. Contact us for more.